Hello friends and family, and welcome back to Day 3 of the 2023 Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship. Coverage brought to you by Ace Run Pro. This is a PDGA XA tier. My name is Holly Finley.
And I am Raven Klein. Look out for that tree, here comes round 3. We are at the Winthrop Arena course in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We've had some beautiful weather so far this weekend, and although today is a little bit windy, it is still some great weather here for the players. Nice and sunny. Look at it. It's beautiful. I feel like this is probably one of the best courses for spectators, and it's easy for them to hop from card to card without being in the way. On our card today, we have Eliezra Midtlyng, and she is first in birdies. She's got some great power. Kristin Tattar, third in scramble rate at 44%.
Next up, Alexis Mandujano, second in fairway hits. Rounding out the card today, Missy Gannon, third in OB rate.
It's always such a funny stat to me because it sounds like the bad
Right,
bird.
like the third in OBs. But
yeah, but it's actually the least. Hole 1, par 3, 283 feet. We do have 2 mandatories early off the tee, but this is a sloping downhill shot. A lot of players may be throwing a mid or even a putter to get their way down into the circle. You do have to clear that downed tree trunk right in front, but you can still scoot up and get yourself a birdie too. Eliezra catching the left Mando tree, but she does make it.
Winner of the 2023 PDGA Champions Cup, 2023 European Open Champion, 2023 Women's United States Champion, and 2-time and current World Champion, Kristin Tattar.
He got a little.
he said the whole introduction
got everything
sentence.
and then messed up on the name.
He was excited.
Makes sense. Kristin going with a forehand off the tee.
I was going to say fanboying, but he's a man, so fan manning? Is that a thing?
Oh, I suppose that it fangirl is
she's
because it's a. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Kristin a little bit high on her forehand, catches a branch, but I actually think that keeps her a lot closer to the basket. She was going to fade away.
Oh, Alexis hits the left Mando tree, kicks to the right side. She can still scramble for par.
New York, 2021 Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Champion, Missy Gannon.
Missy shot a little low, but with some good forward momentum, she gets caught up on the downed log.
So Alexis actually got a good kick away from that left Mando tree into the wide open, leaving her with a hyzer approach to the basket with her zone. Do it? Ooh,
That was nice and floaty.
beautiful shot from Eliezra.
This will be my first time seeing her play.
Oh, this is a good course to watch her play on.
Missy for birdie from 66 feet. A little left.
Kristin for birdie from circle 2. Little jumper, but she leaves it low and hits the cage.
Alexis is in for the par here on hole 1.
Missy in for the par.
Kristin drops in her par putt.
As does Eliezra. Keeping it even here on the first.
Hole 2, par 4, 542 feet. The tee shot is just slightly uphill. Feels like you want to throw a bit of a turnover or a straight shot. Don't hyzer too much because the road on the left is out of bounds. Getting to this tree would be premium. That would leave you with about 250 to 290 into the pin. Now you do have out of bounds on the left side as well as the fence on the right. And they've moved the out of bounds off of the fence more this year than in previous years. So you can't ricochet off the fence and hope for a safe shot anymore.
Eliezra doing the backhand turn over. A little bit low, but she moves a good distance up the fairway.
Kristin shaving the trees on the right side. She is safe.
Alexis's shot never really gets to flatten out and push forward, kind of holds the ante line the whole time, so she loses a little bit of distance on her drive.
Missy's shot centered through the gap. Alexis has about 325 into the pin from this position. Just going for a forehand.
A little bit high, and she is leaking toward that right side.
Missy Gannon's second shot going towards the tree, and she misses it. It's perfect. She has parked it for a drop-in birdie here on hole 2. What a shot.
Early and low release there from Eliezra. She does make the Mando, but not nearly as close as she'd like to be. Just a little bit of a misfire there.
Kristin's upshot goes to the front of the big tree, and she is inside the bullseye.
Oh, Alexis very close to that OB line. She pitches up under the basket. Midtlyng just approaching under the basket.
Kristin in for the birdie.
Eliezra in for par. Missy with the tap-in birdie. And Alexis Mandujano with the tap-in bogey for the second hole. Welcome back. Hole 3, par 5, 841 feet. We have OB dots here, the first on the right and the second larger bubble on the left side. Good drives you want to push maybe past the first dot, but ideally I think the better approaching angle is if you can go a little bit more left. You do have this mandatory tree on the right side as you approach toward the basket, so if you're too far on the right side of the fairway, you pinch off your angle a little bit too much.
Kristin up first after a birdie on the second hole.
Getting good distance on her drive. Great distance on her drive and pushes back past both of the OB bubbles.
Missy's shot is moving left. Looks like it could be in the perfect position with good distance as well, right behind Kristin. Wow.
Eliezra also in good position, clearing the first OB bubble, and she's a little bit more left and should have a good angle for her second shot.
Yesterday we saw Alexis's shot move really far to the right side and clip the bushes, and today she has improved that in prime position. First up, Alexis looking to get through the gap.
Ooh, she's so close to holding it.
Yeah, that could be a tough shot to get the birdie.
Definitely. Missy trying to make the adjustment on Alexis's shot, keeps it low and does clear it and get all the way to the top of the hill.
Kristin turns her forehand over a bit and lands in that left corner. It's not a bad spot. It's just if she'll be away from the trees enough to actually get up for a birdie look.
Eliezra with the backhand turnover, using all of the height through that tunnel. A great shot. And she could even try and, nice little long 80-footer.
Alexis pitches up. And Kristin, luckily right on the edge. Plenty of space to work with. Little forehand chip. Might have to go to a knee for that one. She's under the limbs a bit, it looks like.
Yeah. Missy with the forehand chip into the green. She does catch the pine on the right side, though, and it prevents her from getting all of her distance. This is her third shot. I mean, her second shot gets up to where most people have their third, and she is just going to pitch it to get under the basket for a birdie look.
Alexis doesn't like the look of that putt. This is a very fast green. It's more downhill than it appears on the camera.
Ooh. Missy missing her putt to the right side. Had good speed and height on it.
Kristin having to get on a knee.
Just finding that sweet spot.
And she is in for the birdie.
Eliezra in for the birdie as well.
Alexis in for par.
Missy Gannon in for the par.
Hole 4, par 3, 249 feet. A nice short tunnel shot. We do have a mandatory tree.
I like that.
I do too. On the left side. If you have the tunnel shot in your repertoire, pull that out, but it is not easy. It's tight and narrow. Otherwise, you can just hyzer out to the field when you get past the mandatory, and you'll have a nice little chip up to the green, or even a circle 2 putt. Kristin up first.
Ooh, I thought she was going to catch that tree.
It was a little low. Leaves herself with about 75 feet to the basket.
Eliezra pulls her shot to the right, but makes it all the way through and is pin high for a birdie look.
Missy hits the gap beautifully.
Ooh,
Hits the pole. Missy
little
Gannon.
pull tap.
Drop in birdie for Missy. Yeah, we need a run back for that one.
That was beautiful. Very smooth, trusting the disc, letting it use all of the fairway, and then just a little pull tap. Alexis pulls hers to the right and does catch a tree, but she made it through the Mando and is out in the open field on the left side.
She'll chip that zone to right under the basket. Kristin back to a knee. Look at that.
The goose is coming right for her.
Excuse me, trying to
actually
do an
was.
upshot here. Wow,
The
goose.
goose just... Oh, man. I wonder how close that actually was to her.
It looked like it was right by her.
I think people are asking, they're like, did you even notice that it was right in front of you?
She's like, notice what?
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm disc golfing.
Right, I'm so focused.
Oh, jeez.
Midtlyng in for the birdie. What a putt
That
she
was a
has.
little bullet.
It was a laser. You know I love a laser.
I mean, yeah. I can get on board with laser putts.
Alexis in for par.
Missy in for the tap-in birdie. And after that near goose run-in, Kristin will tap in her par on the 4th. Hole 5, par 5, 794 feet. You have water OB along the left side, road OB along the right side. A good shot will get about to this tree. You want to cross the creek if possible. Your second shot, if you want to go over the water, you want to get close to the edge. If you decide to go around on your third shot, then your second shot, you actually just want to push straight or closer to the top of the hill, leaving you with a nice hyzer approach into this green. If you go over the water, you might have a look at the birdie.
This girl has the ability to get an eagle.
Definitely. Yeah, it's all about that placement.
Midtlyng up first. It's
Goes-
moving right quickly and it's a little low.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't think she can... I wouldn't advise going over from there.
No, not from there. If
And
she
the
was maybe...
crepe myrtle might not even give her a run up.
That's true.
Missy Gannon up second. Hopefully that shot finishes quickly.
Not the geese.
Missy's safe and looks to be away from that tree enough that she could have a run up or any type of shot she wants for the second.
Kristin opting for the forehand gives it a lot of height, but it does look like it's stalled out, and she's in the middle of the fairway.
She might be in that ditch.
Yeah, she might not have much of a run up, but
I imagine she wants to go over anyway, so
Yeah.
standstill
She'll have-
placement's all she needs.
plenty of distance to get the second shot where she needs it. Alexis going for the forehand again. She is in the ditch, but same thing for her. She's going for that placement shot to set up for an over-the-water third.
Oh,
Ooh, yanked it a little bit. A lot of it. Catches a tree branch on the right side, and this is going to leave her with a tough decision if she wants to lay up and then still try the water, or if she's going to try and get max distance and go around the trees. Kristin just going for her placement shot, preparing for the third over the water.
Midtlyng decide to play the long way around. Big booming shot towards the corner. And
think-
from there, she could still get all the way up to the basket
Yeah.
if you want to risk it.
So I think when you get high up on that right hill after your second shot, most players are opting to go all the way around so that they still can do a power shot for the third versus a pitch up and then still risking the water. Missy plays straight ahead, seemingly to go around. Looks like most of this card is opting not to play with the water. This is our windiest day so far of the weekend. Probably increases the nerves a little bit.
This is Kristin's third shot. She's lining up for the water shot.
Backhand.
It's about 365 into the pin from there, but only 250 to get to the safe side of the shore. And she shorts it. No harm there. Gives herself a 60-footer. Missy Gannon with a hyzer around the corner. Spectators, watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis with an aggressive high hyzer, also going around the corner. And she's inside circle 2.
It's funny, I feel like if you asked me to describe the green, I would have forgotten about that little tree. Eliezra lining up her third shot. A nice hyzer. Oh, she does push it a little bit too much and she skips into the water. She'll be close enough that because that was her third shot, she'll have a...
Thanks, Mom.
She'll have the par putt from just outside the bullseye.
That's one unique way to play this hole. You can be super aggressive and just throw it right at the basket. And if you happen to scootle into the water OB, I mean, as soon as you walk it in, it's a drop in.
It's a par, yeah, easy par
Sometimes you
save.
can get a par save by doing that.
Kristin not really risking the run here and just pitching up under the basket. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the power for your third shot to go basket, I mean, why not?
Alexis pitches up. Missy going for the brave par putt in the chains.
Yeah, we didn't see her on screen, but normally Eliezra's mom is on the bag and she is not today, so I think she's probably close behind spectating, and she is in for the par save.
Florida native Trinity on the bag today.
Is that who it is? Okay, I couldn't remember her name. I semi-recognized her face. Alexis and Kristin, Kristin in for par, Alexis in for the bogey.
Hole 6, par 3, 282 feet. A fun ace run. Right-hand, backhand players will have a lot of options here. You can giant spike hyzer outside of the canopy, let it crash in. I like a low flat shot aiming right at the OB circle on the right. Get yourself a flare skip, hopefully landing right in the chains. I haven't seen any forehands off of this tee.
No.
All
neither
week.
have I just don't know why you would.
I'm just saying, I haven't seen it yet. Midtlyng up first. That's high and moving left rather quickly. Saved by the canopy. She is safe.
Missy Gannon going with the lower shot, hoping for the flare skip. I would say she chose good positioning. Not quite as much of a left skip, but she'll still be putting for birdie.
Shout out to spotter Marty, who's been working out here at the US DGC for many years, 10 plus at least.
Kristin getting that low flare skip. She is in the bullseye for a tap-in birdie on the 6th. Great speed control. You do have this shorter grass. Nice skippability.
Alexis has pulled her shot a little to the right. It's the same thing she did yesterday, and she has landed again in that out-of-bounds circle on the right side. Midtlyng tries to jump putt, but doesn't aim correctly, and she is out of bounds on the left. Hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Alexis from the drop spot. A drop spot, different than a drop zone. A drop zone gives you more of a tee pad where you can choose left, right, center. A drop spot, you're subjected to the one spot on the ground.
Yeah, very specific.
Missy in for birdie.
Kristin for the tap-in birdie. Alexis in for bogey. And Eliezra had also laid up, and she will be tapping in a double bogey on the 6th.
How kind. Missy's husband Tom fishing out her disc.
With the
Success.
suction grabber. Disc retriever, have you tried those yet?
No,
They're
but
fantastic.
I want one.
Hole 7, par 3, 284 feet. We have the triple Mando that Winthrop is famous for. We have an elevated tee pad this year. It's just a nice little box. Your goal here is to make it through the Mando, but if you want to play it safe, you can just do a hyzer and land short. If you do cross the bamboo without going through the middle, there are 2 drop spots that you can choose from on the left and right side. The road is OB deep, and we have a protected wetland beyond the basket on the left side.
Missy Gannon up first after a birdie on the 6th.
Ooh.
Oh, and just off the right side, and she can still get a birdie from there.
Yeah, it's about the best position you can be in if you were to hit the wall. Kristin up next.
It's low and moving to the right side.
Ooh.
Wow, what love.
Perfect.
She has landed short. She can also still get a birdie putt from there.
Alexis with a higher shot, hoping to hyzer in right in front of the wall. Good speed control from her. Eliezra looking like she's throwing a putter. Quickly gets to the wall, drops down, and everyone is safe.
Kristin for birdie from 68 feet.
Pushes it deep past the basket.
Still safe in bounds, though.
Did that hit the bamboo?
It looked like it chipped it. Missy Gannon for birdie from 45.
Yes, Missy. Great putt.
Flight Factory run back. Missy Gannon capturing a birdie 2 here on hole 7 from circle 2.
It's a fun one to get. There's always a big crowd surrounding this hole 7 fairway and green. Right near our, tournament central or fan area.
Wow, what a putt from Midtlyng.
Follow it back. Yeah, back to back. Very solid putt, and to follow up a big putt, that's some really good energy.
Kristin to save par. Puts Kristin at 3 under par for today's round. And Alexis is in for par. Alexis looking to pick up some birdies soon.
Yeah, having a bit of a slow start for her. I do find that the FPO field seems to be collecting a lot more birdies on the back 9, except for 17 and 18.
Let's check out hole 8, a par 5, 697 feet. I prefer a hyzer off the tee, landing past this tree, although a straight shot is good as well. Your second shot needs to avoid the fence on the right and also this OB bubble on the left. If you can keep your second shot below the fence height on the left, just scoot up to these chips. You'll be able to see the basket, and then you can pitch up and have a look at a birdie 4. Missy Gannon up first. After 2 birdies in a row.
She opts for that right side hyzer that Holly was talking about, executes it well, and ends up just past that last tree.
Find if you go past the stump, it's
that's
premium.
That's a money spot. Eliezra, a lot of power, but she gives it a lot of height too, and that can be nervy.
Past the stump. She is, 50 feet past the stump?
At least. Yeah.
What a shot. If you didn't know that, she's also the distance champion from this year's event here.
She did win this one too? Okay, I know she did at Worlds, so. Kristin also opting for that right side hyzer. She catches the tree though and does remain in the hazard on the right side.
Alexis, same shot shape. Catches that final tree that you want to get past, the final boss of shot 1. Alexis's forehand is moving to the right side, and that could be tricky.
Yeah, she's extremely pinched off being that high on the hill with the Mando that we have on the right side.
She could still get up there for a circle 2 look at a birdie 4, though, so all's not lost just yet.
Kristin with the forehand approach, and it does hit the hill quite nicely and rolls her down into a prime position for a forehand approach into the green.
Missy's shot is a bit high. Hopefully it will fall. And it does just that. Hits the fence. She's safe. Oh, and you see that little gap right there?
You can go through there.
You can, and then you're out of bounds.
Yeah. Eliezra so far up the fairway after her first shot and executes a very straight low shot into that wood chip area.
From here, Alexis is just looking to get around the corner. She doesn't try to need to get all the way to the basket.
Oh, great shot,
just
though.
From there, she's got a putt. That's all you need to do.
Kristin with a forehand into the green and puts herself inside the bullseye for a birdie putt. Just deciding what is perpendicular to the fence. It's a little crooked right where she landed.
That seems the proper way to do that from the closest
Yeah.
edge of the fence. Missy pitches up to right outside the bullseye. Midtlyng for eagle. She gave it a good run. Hopefully she's not under that bush. Alexis chips up. She'll have a drop-in par. Missy makes good for the birdie here on hole 8.
Eliezra in for the birdie.
Kristin in for par, as well as Alexis.
I've purchased 60 acres of land in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I am designing a disc golf course for the one and only Dylan Cease.
Hole 9, par 4, 362 feet. If you want to go over the OB, you might have a look at the eagle, but this hole plays usually pretty easy for our field as you can pitch up to the right side and then still have a look at birdie with another short pitch across the corner of the OB. Not too much to get in your way here. It's just a decision if you want to risk it for the eagle and then settle with a par, or just take the easy birdie.
Every time you say risk it, I want to scream out, biscuit!
That makes sense.
I've been withholding this entire time.
Oh, don't hold back. Not with me.
Missy Gannon up first after a very clean scorecard. A nice hyzer placement shot. She set herself up for the birdie 3.
I think, was it maybe day 1 that Eliezra went for this and she actually threw it too far and went OB long. She throws this, it's a high hyzer, and she's still safe. The power that takes to misthrow that high and then still clear this shot.
420 at least. Kristin, even though she's got 360 in the tank, she opts for the safe play to take home the birdie 3 instead of the eagle opportunity. I find that surprising.
Yeah, I kind of thought she would go for it.
Me too.
I'm not sure what the wind was like here. Alexis pulls hers right and actually goes OB and into the baseball field. So she'll be going from the drop zone.
Alexis can still save par from the drop zone. She is back to that zone, and look at this, drop-in par putt for Alexis Mandujano. It doesn't even matter that she went OB off the tee.
Kristin's forehand approach leaves it a little bit short, but she'll be putting for the birdie.
Missy Gannon with a low, standstill backhand hyzer. She barely sneaks over the OB. She's given herself a birdie putt. Midtlyng walking it in. She shorted herself.
A little bit.
Yeah, you should measure your feet because I wear a size 10 shoe and I get 3 steps and some toes.
That's what I get. I basically get 3 steps and a mini.
Midtlyng almost making good for the eagle. A lot of change trickles out. She'll have a drop-in birdie.
Missy just low on her birdie putt, so she'll be tapping in a par. That's always a bummer when you play for that smart play and you just short the upshot. I feel like sometimes I hate that more than missing an edge of circle putt.
Kristin in for birdie. I agree. Also, the right-hand, backhand players like this little tree to the right of the basket.
Yeah.
You don't want to think about it, but it's right there looking at you, staring at you.
Alexis taps in a par, and Missy will also get a par here on the 9th. Eliezra, after the putt for eagle, will tap in a birdie.
And that wraps up the front 9 of day 3. 3 players on the chase card currently under par for today.
And tied at 13 down. Let's see how that stacks up on our leaderboard. It's great. It's a great spot to be. Evelina Salonen, 16 down, the current leader, and 4 players tied at that 13 down. 3 on our card and Hannah Blomroos.
It's a tight race at the top.
I love seeing that.
We appreciate you guys tuning in to the coverage with Raven and I. And if you would like to support us, you can go to Another Round Disc Golf in person or online, buy discs of any manufacturer, and choose our custom mini stamp to put on your disc. If you'd like to support me at pharmacbd.com, use code HOLLY for 20% off all products.
And if you'd like to support me, you can find my Tour Series Convict on the Dynamic Disc website. Thank you guys so much, and we can't wait to see you for the back 9 of round 3. Why does the front 9 always seem like it goes so much faster than the back 9?